It's a new day, but you know what never ends?
Add ast.
It's safe to say that a huge part of Genshin is based on combat. Playable characters all have unique abilities, and most rewards are given after fighting something. So is combat satisfying? Sometimes? Compared to other games, Genshin just doesn't give you as much feeling of power, and it doesn't give you the feelings of hype when playing either. There are three main components to why Genshin falls short in this area: weight, sound, and thickness. Weight is more than just a sense of touch. The pause right after someone gets hit, followed up by the explosive nature of the hit, gives the emotion of power. You can think of it as one of those toys that you crank up and then release. The stored energy gives the perception of a stronger hit. Faster attacks carry less weight, and strong attacks is where all that stored energy goes. Eula looked at this and said,
I discriminate.
I mean, look at this. Can you order her attacks based off of strength? Just tell me which one looks the strongest. To me, the last hit looks the strongest because that's where all of the momentum from the previous attacks end up. If you said the same thing, then we are both wrong. Yeah, it's the fourth one that does the most. Yeah, this one, the one that leads up to the last attack. Look, I know this seems pretty specific, but honestly, this mismatch between weight and damage is one of the reasons why I rarely play her these days. But hey, at least this only affects my sense of sight. Now, contrary to popular belief, humans have more than one sense. When you're playing a game, you really only have two senses to work with: sight and sound. Now, I want you to listen to these sounds from Super Smash Bros. And see if you can tell which is the strongest and which is the weakest. See how you can tell how strong something is just by listening to it? This, along with many other reasons, is why Smash can be so hyped. Now, here's a little test for you.
Corporate needs you to find the differences between this
sound
and this
sound.
Intel has told us there are at least 7.
Alright, so on one side, I'm using a level 1 bow and no artifacts. On the other side, I'm using my traditional gear. Let's see if you can tell the difference. Now, rewind the video if you want to hear them again, because I'm about to tell you the answer. Here's the first clip with video. And here's the second. Good job if you said that the first one was stronger. I played the strong video sound over the weak video, and the weak video sound over the strong video. Like, come on, they're literally the same sound. There is no difference in what you hear based off of how much damage you do. The only instance where this is kind of the case is with headshots with the bow. But like, you'll really only hear this sound from 20% of the cast, of which you won't even hear the sound all the time because some characters just don't use charge shots. That's just how they're built. And even if you're using one of these characters, it's not even guaranteed that your enemy will even have a weak point in the first place. This, along with thickness, are why some enemies are just not very fun. And this doesn't really have to do with an enemy's moveset. Some enemies are just not very fun to hit. Like this guy, or 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 this guy. You get the point. But what do all these enemies have in common? They're all floaty, which makes them feel hollow and light. And just like with weight, if your target doesn't feel meaty or thick, it's not gonna feel that good. I mean, just look at a primal construct. When I hit it, I'm only touching the little tip of its triangle figure. I'm barely touching it, so it doesn't feel like I'm doing that much damage. Let's compare this to someone that feels satisfying to hit. Look at a treasure hoarder gravedigger. He's thick, meaty, and a swing will surely cover his entire body.
Thick. Meaty.
Anyways, don't get me mistaken. The combat system in this game is perfectly fine. There are unique mechanics, fun team compositions, and pretty decent reward for building a character. It's just that sometimes the actual feeling of fighting can be a little lackluster. I still find this game fun, but the lost potential does itch my skin every now and then. But that's kind of with most of this game. In conclusion, this is why I love playing Child, and I will always choose Fish over Yai Miko. Fight me.